Why StockIQ, the investor decision system built to stop guessing. Most stock websites give you more data. StockIQ is built to help you make better decisions. That difference matters. A quote is useful. A chart is useful. News is useful. But raw information does not automatically tell you what to do next. StockIQ is designed around a different question. What decision am I trying to make? And what evidence should guide it? That is why StockIQ is organized like an investor workflow, not just a dashboard, not just a screener, not just a place to look up tickers. It is a decision system. Let's walk through it menu by menu. The Portfolio tab is where your holdings become a live operating view. Instead of only seeing ticker symbols and balances, StockIQ connects each position to live price context, unrealized gain and loss, targets, thesis notes, and position rules. The goal is not just to know what you own. The goal is to understand what each position requires from you. Is it a long-term compounder? Is it a cyclical trade? Is it approaching a target? Is it drifting away from the original plan? That is the difference between a portfolio list and a portfolio operating system. The Research tab is for discovering and checking ideas. It helps you look at companies by category, market cap, valuation, index membership, ETF exposure, and other screens. But StockIQ Research is not only about finding something exciting. It is about asking whether the idea deserves more work. The ticker workspace is where one stock gets its own command center. You can load a ticker like NVDA and see quote data, profile context, headlines, financials, valuation, chart history, notes, and decision links in one place. Other sites often make you jump across tabs. StockIQ tries to keep the research question in one workspace. What changed? What matters? What is the risk? What is my plan? The guardrails and triggers areas are where StockIQ becomes more than research. This is where the app asks discipline questions. Am I chasing? Am I overconcentrated? Am I holding into an event that matters? Has the thesis changed? Should this be a watch, buy, trim, hold, or exit? The point is not to remove your judgment. The point is to slow down the emotional part of the decision. The scenario and compare tools help answer a practical question. What if I had bought this basket earlier? Or what if I put a specific amount into these tickers? That turns research into a learning loop. Instead of only asking whether a stock went up, you can compare time periods, indexes, groups of tickers, and portfolio outcomes. That makes StockIQ more useful than a static watch list. The planning and calendar areas connect investing to time. Earnings dates, planned actions, review windows, and events matter because decisions happen on a timeline. StockIQ is built to remind you that a position is not only a ticker, it is a commitment to watch specific evidence over time. The Learning tab is where StockIQ teaches the framework behind the decisions. What ticks a ticker up or down? What does PE really mean? Why can good earnings still drop a stock? Why does market mood matter? Why do cyclicals and compounders need different rules? This matters because education should not sit outside the app. It should connect directly to the decisions you are making. One of the biggest things that makes StockIQ different is sleeve classification. Every position should have a playbook. A cyclical position is rules-based and exit-aware. A compounder is thesis-based and held through normal volatility. That distinction protects you from treating every stock the same way. It also protects you from one of the most dangerous investor habits, reclassifying a losing trade as a long-term hold. That is why StockIQ has override friction. If a sleeve changes, the app requires a reason and logs the change. The goal is not to make investing rigid, The goal is to make rationalization visible. Most platforms help you see the market. StockIQ helps you see your own decision process. That is the real edge. Better decisions do not come from more tabs. They come from clearer questions, better evidence, and rules that are still there when emotion gets loud. That is why StockIQ exists. It brings your portfolio, research, scenarios, guardrails, planning, and education into one workflow. So you are not just asking, what is the stock price? You are asking, what is the setup? What is the thesis? What is the risk? What is the rule? And what should I do next? That is StockIQ, an investor decision system built to stop guessing. Subscribe and follow along as we build the playbook one lesson at a time.